Hey guys, it's a beautiful day outside, so I'm gonna head over to the field to get a light individual training session in. I'm gonna be focusing on doing a few key drills to improve my first touch, ball control, as well as my fitness. Hopefully the field's not too crowded. I'm just gonna grab my stuff and head over there now. So today I'm wearing the New Balance 442 V2 Pros. These are boots that I just got a few weeks ago, and this is about my third or fourth chance to break them in. They've been super comfortable so far, and I've also got a full review of these on my channel if you want to check that out as well. So after just getting a light stretch in, I just did some juggles. This is one of my favorite ways to warm up. Really just gets the blood flowing, and it helps you get used to using both of your feet and just improves your coordination a little bit as well. I usually try and get about 100 juggles on each foot before moving on to any other drill. And then thankfully the field I was at today had a concrete wall, so I was able to get some passing in as well. I just did very simple two-touch passing here to get my first touchdown and make sure I could control the ball with the inside and the outside of my feet. Using walls when you're training by yourself is just so useful because it allows you to get a lot of reps in without having another person to train with. So once I had finished warming up, I moved into my first main drill here and just did some two-touch wall passing. Now this drill is really similar to a game called Two Touch that you can play with one other person, and essentially the goal is to try and bring the ball under control with one touch and then send a pass in the air with your second touch. As you can see by these clips here, for me it's hard to get it off with just one controlling touch, so sometimes I had to take a few extra, but overall it's still a really great exercise and it's also a lot harder than it looks. The ball can be pretty unpredictable when it's bouncing off the wall, so it forces you to use a lot of different parts of your body to be able to control it, including your thighs, your chest, the inside of your foot, the outside of your foot, so it helps prepare you for any of the random situations that you could encounter in a game. And if you don't have access to a field that has a wall that's similar to this, you can always do this drill just outside on the street with any brick wall that's near your neighborhood or a school. All you need is just to wear some flat top shoes if you're going to be playing on concrete. I would also recommend that if you're going to do this drill, use a ball that you don't care about too much because it can really scratch it up. Then after I finished the wall juggling exercise, I moved on to a really simple passing drill where you receive the ball with one foot and then travel around the cone to send your next pass. The thing I love about this drill is just how many variations there are. So I start here with using the outside of my foot and then bringing the ball around the cone and passing with the inside of my foot. So I'll use the outside of my right foot, then pass with my right, then outside of my left and pass with my left. So you're using the same foot to control the ball and pass the ball. You have to stay really focused when you're doing this drill as well, because if you have one misplaced pass, it can kind of set you out of rhythm. Then after doing that variation for a while, I moved on to a different variation here where you're using the inside of your foot to drag the ball over and then passing with the opposite foot. So to give you an example, you'd be using the inside of your right to bring the ball over and then passing with your left, and then you'd be using the inside of your left to bring the ball over to pass with your right. So this one you're controlling the ball with one foot and then passing with the other. And then finally I moved on to my last exercise here, which was just a really simple cone weave to shoot. The field was almost empty today, and I've just really been loving shooting recently, so this drill is just so much fun. There's a lot of ways that you can set up the cones here for this dribbling drill, but for me, I just set up about 6 cones here, roughly 1 to 2 feet apart, and I just used 2 touches to get around each cone. So I would use the inside of my foot followed by the outside of my foot for each touch, and so you should be taking no more than 2 touches with each foot, and it's a really simple way and very effective way to get through all of the cones quickly. Another great thing about this drill is that if you want to isolate one of your dribbling feet, you can do that by just using your right foot to go around the cones or your left if that's the foot that you're trying to improve. And then once you've gotten past the last cone, all you need to do is take that touch in front of you and strike the ball into the net. One thing that's been helping me a lot with my shot power recently is swinging my shooting leg back before striking the ball. This is just going to give you a much cleaner strike. My legs are starting to get pretty tired now, so I finished the day with just a couple long balls to get my technique down. Hope you found some of these drills helpful. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.